This is really weird and I'm out of practice and there are people around who don't know I do this. I'm here. I hope that by now you've just kind of assumed that and you hadn't thought I died. Sorry. So I've been living here for about 6 weeks. I don't know, it was kind of anticlimactic. It's not how I expected it to be, but it just feels normal to me now. And it kind of did right from the start. This is where I live now. This is my room. It goes that way as well. I think if this is the angle I'm going to use, then I need to actually put some more things on my pinboard. I'm sorry. Just I was doing so well with weekly uploads. So I did from June till the end of August, weekly. And I was really proud of myself and it felt so good and I was really happy with what I was making. And then I just got out of the habit of it because, I mean, I moved out and I moved here and I'm doing a degree, which is all very time consuming. And that's what I wanted to talk about, time. Because, time makes me so anxious. When there is a limited amount of time for me to get something done, I just panic and I just go into like this weird mode where I'm grumpy and I can't breathe. And that is called an anxiety attack. Once my dad asked me, what's the worst thing about being you? I think he assumed that it was having to go to college and do A-levels and work hard. But I said it wasn't and I would gladly do all of that as long as I had like unlimited time. And the worst thing about being me is that I don't have enough time for anything. And I never really thought about it before he asked me, but it made me realise that a lot of my anxiety is triggered by this whole idea of me running out of time. And Jacob knows this really well. So like if we're running to catch a train, or like I've got to go and get the bus in an hour, or even like we're just out shopping in town and I remember that I've got to go home at some point, I just get so grumpy. On the inside I'm not just like, I'm so grumpy. That's just the way it manifests itself like physically, but in my head I'm like panicking and I can't breathe and And now that I'm living on my own, I sound like I've just split up with my long-term partner. So now that I'm living alone, I have to do everything for myself, and I'm not complaining, I actually quite enjoy it because it's sort of a way of caring for myself, which makes me feel a lot better and more in control of my life. But now that I have to like cook and clean and do laundry, as well as doing a degree, and not just a degree, a really hard degree at Russell Group University. What am I doing? Now I have even less time than before. And I didn't think that was possible, but somehow it is. The worst bit isn't even not having time, it's that I can't use my time efficiently because I'm a mess, basically. Really, I'm just extremely tired all the time, and the doctors can't find a reason for that, so very reassuring. The only way to describe how tired I feel like 24/7 is like I'm a phone, and no matter how long the phone is charged for, it will only get to like 60–70%, and as soon as you unplug it, it starts falling again. So you plug it back in again and it just like slowly charges up to 70%. It doesn't go any higher than that, and as soon as you unplug it, it falls really fast again. I'm a Nokia with an iPhone battery. That's what I mean. So I'm a bit useless and very sleepy. But what this does mean is that the time that I am awake, I do some work and then I get really sleepy after a couple of hours. So I lose motivation and I just spend like the hours that I can still stay awake for just sort of staring at the page and not being able to process anything. For someone who gets stressed when they don't have time, having something which limits your time even more isn't helpful. It's not good, and I know there's something wrong, but like I've had blood tests and scans and stuff and they can't find anything physical. Story of my life. So we're going to stop the Monday weekly uploads and we're going to go for uploads when Beth can / wants to, because I think that that will be better for both video quality and my health. It's not like anyone really cares, is it, Beth? That is the end of my really rambly thoughts for this week, possibly month, who knows. Let me know if you've got any ideas for what to do with my board, because all the stuff that normal people would put on their boards I put in my scrapbook. So what do I put on the board? Let me know, please. Bye. And all this stress over something which is just a social construct. Nice.